This is the Milo Beasley Show. This is the Milo Beasley Show. There's only one thing you need to know. This is the Milo Beasley Show. And now, here's your host, Milo Beasley.
And welcome to the Milo Beasley Show. Episode number 337. Whew. Man, we are way up there, and we're only about 2 months away from our 8-year anniversary. So super stoked. We have some great guests coming up, but I want to talk about today's guest. So please help me welcome at this time, Florida Independent standout. Please help me welcome Troy Hollywood. How you doing, man? Oh, can't hear you.
Oh, you can't hear me?
Oh, there we go.
Okay, perfect. Sorry. I said, how you doing, man? Told you, man. Me and technology. Jeez.
Hey, man. But when you wrestle as good as you do,
Oh,
you don't
quit,
about the technology.
Let's not start early with these. Stop it.
So how's things? I mean, obviously it's things are going good in the Tampa area. Baseball is back.
Baseball is back. Yes,
dude.
I just recently started liking baseball. I've watched it before, but I didn't really grasp the ins and outs and all this stuff until I started a little thing called sports betting. And now baseball is, man, last year I started, and of course, you start liking something. And this is the biggest curse on me. I start liking something and it goes away. So we get a lockout this year I'm like, come on, you can't be serious, man. But hopefully, everything is back and I get baseball.
Yeah, man. We'll talk about that. We'll dive into some baseball and football in a bit, but want to talk about some wrestling. For folks who may be Troy Hollywood fans, some folks who may not know the name or may have heard the name and may not know the face. So let's dive into that a little bit. So, were you always a wrestling fan growing up?
Of course, there's nothing I used to love more than watching wrestling. But, I'm growing up the way I did. There's no real opportunity for you to do that, because there's like, where are you going to find a wrestling ring in the hood? That doesn't make any sense. So, you gravitate towards other things, football, basketball. And
right.
I love those things, but I never loved them as much as I would have loved the chance to wrestle. So I've always wanted to wrestle. It's always been a thing, but I just never thought I could pursue it until one day I just happened to be Googling wrestling schools, and Jay Lethal School popped up literally 5 minutes from my dad's house. I had no idea about this place. No, it was like in a garage in this plaza with like mechanics and other stuff in garages, and like can't talk. It's fake, man. That was fake.
That's fantastic. So who were some of your favorites growing up?
Well, my number one favorite, all-time favorite, of the best, I'm not gonna say one of the best wrestler ever, Triple H. There's no wrestler better than Triple H. He's gotten me in trouble in school so many times with just repeating things he said, doing gestures, just having fun. Like he's definitely the greatest in my book, the greatest of all time.
Now, have you gotten the chance to meet Triple H?
No, there was one time at an Evolve show long time ago. Remember that picture of him and Gabe looking out of the curtain?
Yep.
So I was literally, I want to say, in the stands, 4 feet like behind them. But I was a jabron, so I'm not going to say hey to nobody. I'm not going to say hey, and I'm not going to shake anybody. I'm just gonna stay in this place over here and just look. But it was pretty cool, man. It was like seeing I don't even know how to describe it, but it was pretty cool.
That's fantastic. So what have you brought from, have you been able to utilize any of his moves into your own move sets, or have you tried to, not want to, appear too much of a mark and use your favorite wrestlers' moves?
Yeah. So I have incorporated the pedigree just because the move that I was recently using, wrestling takes a toll on you, man. And sometimes you go, if I continue to do this move, it's only gonna hurt me, more. And
Right.
some people, I do we keep it? Some people can't take the move correct. Some people, I don't know what I'm trying. You know what I'm trying to say.
I know what you're
But
saying.
yeah,
Hey, man,
some
the,
people
the
are just, it's hard to tango, and it's one of those things where I can give the pedigree to damn near anybody. You
right,
don't have to be a smart individual to take a pedigree. So
right, and they always say, especially with your finishing move, make it be a move that you can hit on anybody.
yes. So that's why I was like, well, if I'm gonna take something, I'll take that. That I'll take that. But other things that I incorporate, things people may not see, is like timing, when to do things, stuff like that. I try not to take moves from, wrestlers, because
Right.
it's like people do that all the time, and it's just like, we've seen it so many times before. So I try not to even, I watch wrestling, but I try not to, get really into watching it every night and stuff like that. That like messes up your mind, and now you're like, you think you made this move up, but you actually saw someone else do it. So I don't want to be that guy.
Right.
Which
Right,
is
right.
very hard to do, because there's a trillion of wrestlers. There's many wrestlers, many people in this world, man. So gosh, it's hard to do.
So do you have a current favorite, like somebody who's on TV right now that you like to watch, and that not necessarily, that you like to admire, I guess I should say?
Oh man. Oh well, Jay Lethal. What can I mean, that if Triple H is one, he's definitely two. So let me three. I would probably say Roman, just because I feel like he's really like came into his own, like, and he's just been on a run it's kind of scary to, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's
Right.
like, because at first it didn't look like he can take the ball and run with it, and then he like went out and he just cleared his mind, came back, and he's taking the ball and dunking it. Jeez.
Absolutely. So when you talk about Jay Lethal, let's talk about those first couple days. What were those first couple days of training like?
Oh man. So I walked in very eager, of course. I want to say first day, he kind of just talked me, just talked to me, and what wrestling is and how, stuff works. I already knew how to bump, because I trained like for a little bit MMA, and for some reason the trainer was making us bump. But he didn't call it bumping. He was just he called it something else. But we were definitely doing that on one of those little karate mats. And I definitely hit my head the first time. So so I learned from my mistakes. So the bumping was kind of, easy and stuff. I want to say the hardest part for training for me was learning how to hip toss. I was over rotating so much. Like, I couldn't, that's the only move I was having trouble with. And I was beating me up. I couldn't do a hip toss or nothing. It was beating me. I was like, I just can't do it. And then one day I got it. But other than that, it was, that man, he was there every day. Like, I want to say we had to train 5 days a week. He was there 5 days. And he was at the time, the ROH TV champion, and he was going into being the ROH world champion. And he was still coming every day. And then eventually he gave us a key to the school, and he said, you guys can, come in whenever you like to. And if you guys need me, call me. So we were there basically 7 days a week. And if we needed him, we called him. So
That's fantastic.
Yeah, he taught so well, like everything. So I felt like there was nothing rushed, nothing took, why are we learning this when we don't know how to do this? There was never any thought about that. He also had some guys come in and train us. Samoa Joe came one time.
Oh,
Cedric Alexander, Davey Richards, Angelina Love was there constantly as well. Like, it was a plethora. John Laurinaitis stopped by one time, and that Jay didn't even know he was there. There was a gym next to us, and I guess his son was at the gym, and he just walked in the door, because of course when you're a wrestler, you know what wrestling sounds like. So he walked in. So great. Yeah, man, it was a crazy experience for sure.
That's fantastic. And then of course you got to wrestle Jay Lethal for AEW just a couple months ago, man.
I can't even. I don't even know how that happened. So the story is like this. I got the email that I was invited to go. So I hit Jay up because I think he had recently just signed. And I said, hey, are you going to be at the tapings? And he faved me, brother. He didn't message me back. And I literally can show you. I'll tell everybody, I can show you the message. It's literally a fave. So it's not like oh, I knew about this. Like I had no idea. Right. So I get to the show. I'm in the locker room. We're all waiting to hear, I have no idea. I'm thinking I'm just going to, go in there and get the 2-minute swing. You know what I'm saying? And then get up out of there. Not even getting to hit it.
Right. You're waiting for that board to come out, right?
Yeah, we know how that goes. So I was, thinking just hanging out, whatever. I'm here, hang out, meet some people, and then that's that. So they put up the whiteboard. And the guy comes in the locker room and he starts telling people, who you wrestle. And he goes, you're wrestling Lethal. I'm like, he's here? And I was like, what? And then a couple minutes later, I found him. And I was like, you didn't even tell me you were here. So, yeah. And then that whole match preparation, I felt like he was going through it more than me because they kept like changing times up and stuff and all this. And he's like talking fast over here and talking fast over here and like trying to, talk to me. And we're just, this is like the first time I should be like on, needles. I should be worried. I should be, because, if this happens on an indie show, you're like, oh my God, this is time, but I'm like, just so cool. I was like, okay, whatever, whatever, whatever you want to do, hey, whatever. So eventually we go out there and, we have the match and man, it was like, I wish I could see it. I wish I could watch myself in that time, and I can only watch it back on video.
Right.
I wish I could, see it because I didn't see anything as it was happening, man. It was just.
Yeah, it's weird how that happens, right?
Yes, I didn't see anything. I just heard noises and I just remember 1, 2, 3, and then getting off the mat, taking my shoes off.
And then, your social media, did your social media blow up after that?
Oh my God, man. Put the phone on silent, of course, put it away. Like it was, and I appreciate, everybody that reached out, everybody that said anything positive or negative, at least you watch. So it was an amazing, amazing time, man. And it was released. The match happened to be on my birthday and I didn't even know I was the main event. Like every match kept going. And I was like, what is going? I was like, am I main eventing this mother? I was like, what is going on? And then the last match before me happened. I was like, I'm main eventing this mother on my birthday. Like, what? How does that even work? So, just all around an amazing experience, man. It was just amazing.
It doesn't get any better than that.
No, you can't plan stuff like that. That was not, that was not planned at all.
And then speaking of being able to wrestle guys who like the back of your hand, you won the FIP Florida Heritage title in a tournament.
Oh gosh,
over your boy Snoop. In a tournament final. Like how is that? Being able to wrestle a friend of yours, a stablemate of yours, and then winning the Florida Heritage title.
Big moment. Because of all the people that won it before me. So. Definitely, big moment there. I've wrestled Snoop so many times. We always joke like it's not even a joke because we've done it, but we don't have to say anything to each other. We really can. And we've actually done it where we've not said a word to each other and we've just wrestled, and it's that easy. I know what he's going to do. He knows what I'm going to do. There's always some new things we can add and twist, but I think what the fans enjoy the most about when me and him wrestle is it's like we beat the hell out of each other. And I wish it was like safe beating the hell out of each other, but it is not. It's like just little brother, big brother going at it. Mom's not home. And we're just beating each other the hell up. It's fun all around.
There's an old saying that, nobody hits you harder than your friends.
Oh no. And I hate that you welcome it. You're like, oh yeah, man, I'm not gonna put my hand up. Like, you freaking idiot. It hurts, man. It hurts. Put a hand up.
Yeah, and then and like you said, the prestige that goes along with that FIP Florida Heritage. Now you did end up losing it to Anthony Green. Now that's got to be back in your sights, though, right?
Of course, that's and that's not the only thing in my sights. I have something else planned, up the sleeve, but things take time. Patience is always the key, my man. But going back to the Florida Heritage title, that was like a huge honor because when I was trying to get into FIP, that roster was stacked. I'm talking Austin Theory, Fred Yehi, John Davis, Bravada brothers. Like it was crazy. And I remember Leo Rush was there. Like it was nuts, bro. And I remember me, Snoop, Hunter, man, we're just sitting there like, come, just let us get on. Please let us get on. And then I feel like we finally got on, and like we had that Orpheum just every show. It was not every show. I say we gave about 2 shows. It was dead. It was like blah. But then after that, it started getting packed, and we had the Orpheum, back rocking.
Right.
COVID happens, blah. And I feel like FIP took a little, a downfall in stature, because it's like we lost so many guys, Austin Theory, Fred Yehi, these, you know what I'm saying? Like we still have John Davis, of course. But it's like you lose a lot of those leaders in the locker room, and a lot of these new guys got to come up, and a lot of these new guys really don't, respect how the business works. They got their friends in the locker rooms and crap. So I think going to AG, him being champion, which I hate, but I don't mind it because he wants to take a new approach and try to get things, back what FIP used to be, how the roster was and, what it was and what it meant. So I do enjoy him for that, taking, that approach. And also that's what I was trying to do as well, trying to put on the best matches. I was like, if I can't, change the environment, if I can't change the roster, then I'm just going to do my part and put on the best matches regardless of who I wrestle. So I feel like as champion, I did that, and handing it to AG, I feel like he'll take it and, continue to move it and do some other things behind the scenes that, make the company thrive, hopefully.
Right. Now we're talking about, the Heritage title, and something that's the complete opposite of Heritage would be punk rock. And I want to talk a little bit about Mayhem on Mills, because if folks in Orlando, if you haven't been to a Mayhem on Mills show, it's one of the funnest. It's insane. It's literally standing room only. There's no chairs. But it's such a great show no matter where it's at, inside, outside, in the rain. We've done that
in the rain.
Do you want to talk a little bit about Mayhem on Mills?
Yeah, man. What a blessing that was for me in a bad time in my life, losing a couple friends in the wrestling business. So Mayhem, I believe it just Drennan just hit me up one day, asked me about a show. I'm thinking it's just gonna be, another little spot show here, there. Sure, why not? Right. Turns out it was a lot more than that. I remember him just saying, "Hey, I want you to be in the triple threat match for the title." And I'm just like, "Well, why me? You got anybody else, like, why me?" And then I win it, and I'm just thinking it's gonna be, this little run. And then as the night I won it, I said to myself that I wanted to do more, I wanted to make this, if I'm going to be the first champ, I have to make this show something that no matter who gets this belt next, they still are going to want to come and see this because it's a great show all around. So Absolutely. That was definitely the plan. Drennan messaged me and he was like, "Oh man, I'm so thankful, you're here and you just give the people your all and all this stuff." So that really, he really motivated me more. And like I said, just in a bad time in life where I was just like, do this, like just every day just felt crappy, So just taking that and having that and just running with that. And then guys like Serpentico there, Hunter Law, you got girls, Skylar Moore, the champ now, Sawyer Wreck. It's man, it's been I think it's just gonna get better. It's only gonna get better. We've had great shows inside, outside, in the rain, and people still show up. People were in there in the rain, bro. They were there in the rain.
Yes.
I was like, why are we even doing this? And I
Yes.
walked out, man, and the crowd just goes crazy. I'm like, you're in the rain. Get out of the rain.
But that Mayhem crowd, they bring it, dude.
Dude, they bring it every time, no matter what. If it's hot, they're there. If it's inside, they're there. If it's raining, they're there. It's crazy, and I appreciate it, and I feel like I had a little something to do with it. So there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, so folks, make sure if again Central Florida, even if you're Tampa, all the way to Daytona, from coast to coast, if you can find a Mayhem on Mill show, I would say you got to go. Absolutely, yeah. You have to go. Now, again, I said we were going to talk about a little bit about baseball, a little bit about football. Let's talk first about football. Tom Brady coming back. What's your thoughts?
TB12. Son, I was in a nap about to head. That was just because I had to go to work last night around 9. Wake up and I see Twitter, and I'm just like, is this a joke? I didn't see his tweet. I just saw someone tweet about it, and I was like, what are you talking about? He's returning. So, of course, I got to, find the source. Find ESPN, said he's coming back. All the tears I cried of him leaving just went right back into my body. It's football season again. I'm excited. I was like, God, I got to go watch these Patriots now. It's going to get it's going to get bad, but come on, man. The GOAT is back. What?
All right. About a week ago, you said Packers were taking it. Do you still feel that way?
No. Take it back. Take it back. Take it back. Take it back.
All right, pick six on your call.
Aaron Rodgers, he probably thought he was like, "Oh, this is it. This is the cakewalk I've been looking for." And that's what I thought. I was like, he has no real competition in the NFC anymore. Like this is it. Russell Wilson goes to the AFC. Like you have nothing left. And Tom Brady said, "Not today, Junior."
So you talk about that sports money. Are you taking Tom Brady to the bank?
I just saw a thing yesterday. So he loses the playoff game and he wins the Super Bowl, and he's been doing it consistently for like 9 years, I think, right. Or one of those. I'm not, but I said, I hate betting because you got to, do you bet with your heart or do you bet with your brain? Do you bet with statistics or do you bet with what analysts are saying? It's so tough, bro. So I wouldn't take him right now.
No, okay.
Not right now. I know they just went very up in the Super Bowl contender, but I'm not taking it right now. Can't do it.
All right, now let's talk about that Madden play.
Ooh. Let's talk about. So this is how we even started conversation because you told me you've done some work on the game. So the Patriots have been one of my favorite teams since I was a kid, pretty much. I saw literally the rise of Tom Brady. Saw it all in front of my eyes. So I never in my life could play with the Patriots on Madden.
Okay.
I couldn't do it. I felt like the run game always sucked. I felt like I felt like Tom Brady was always good, but it was so much like relying on the throw. And I feel like Madden is sometimes it can be a run heavy game, and the run game was always terrible. And then I remember QB vision. I was like, this sucks. This is terrible. Why do I have a flashlight on the field? Get this crap off. And then, I love Madden. I will always play it. I'm not one of those people. I'm stop buying Madden because no. Come on. Anybody that enjoys football is gonna play Madden. You're stupid.
Who's your team? Who's your team that you
right now? Team? Well, I've been using Dallas for like the past 4 years, just because I feel like Dallas is always, ever since they got Zeke and Dak, they've been good on the game. So, and that defense is kind of stands up. So I always play with Dallas. That's my definitely safe hole. I don't like Kansas City. I don't like Patrick Mahomes. Anybody gosh.
All right, so for folks wanting to throw out that challenge, what's your are you on Xbox or are you on PS?
Xbox Troy Hollywood 24. It's that simple. It's really that simple. And you can add. I'll play. We can play for money. We can whatever you want to do. And don't say I cheat. I don't like that. It's just I play tough defense all day. I'll let you know now. I'm on the linebacker. When you see him move, that's me. I only played the middle linebacker position. I'm a ball hawk. I'm intercepting anything coming across the middle. It's a wrap. I'm not worried.
Fantastic. So yeah. So I want to see those challenges out there, and I want to hear what the results are.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we're gonna post the results. Definitely.
All right. And then again, back to baseball. Again, baseball is back finally. That's my go-to. Now, free agency is still up in the air. It's been the first couple of days, so there hasn't been a whole lot of signings. There hasn't been a whole lot of trades. There's been a couple, but at this point in the game, is it too early to pick Troy Hollywood's World Series favorite?
Well, what is it? 2022?
Yep.
This is the year of the Ray. I heard a homeless man told me yesterday. He said this is the year of the Rays. So I'm going with the hometown team, the Rays, brother. I want to see them win. So. My dad used to have season tickets, and we would go to these games, bro, when they were the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, the purple. Yep. And dude, man, they suck so bad. They sucked. It was every game I went to, they lost. I'm talking 50-cent hot dogs, and they're losing 10-1. So I think that's the reason why I never got into baseball, because it was like, what is this? The home team's losing. I don't want to watch this. Yeah, and then they start coming up. That one, I forgot what year was it. 2011 they had that. No, why not? 2010 they had that year to the World Series against the Phillies.
Against the Phillies, yeah.
Yeah, and they blew that.
Got swept in 4.
I really hope they can get it together. I really, but they all last year was kind of, you ran into a brick wall in the end. But I like I said, I'm still new to this baseball. Once I get the logistics, I'll be able to politically speak about it, talk about it.
All right, and then shifting from football to baseball, and now I guess Twitter. In a fight, who's winning, Pete Davidson or Kanye?
I'm gonna take the God, Kanye. Anytime anybody asks me anything about Kanye West, you can never tell me anything wrong about him. That's just how it is. That's how it's forever gonna be. And I'm a Kanye Mark brother. I can't. Ever since I was a kid, it's just I used to be a 50 Cent fan, really, really hard 50 Cent. And I heard Kanye, and it was all over from there. I don't know. All over. So, yeah, you can't tell me anything. I don't want to hear this Pete Davidson crap.
I mean, Pete Davidson's going to space, yo.
All right,
he's gonna beat Kanye to space.
I don't like Pete Davidson's face, man. It's his face. It's his face, and I feel like he's one of those comedians. It's just not funny, and he's like trying to be like sad funny. It's just like, I thought about putting a fork in a socket today. Like, come on, bro. Like, and then it's not funny. It's not funny. It's not funny. It's not funny. I don't.
Now you're gonna start like a Twitter beef with Pete Davidson.
Oh, that'll be pretty good. I'll give you some clout. That's what everybody's looking for these days anyway. Yeah, clout me up, Pete Davidson. Give me some likes and some follows, brother.
All right, so we're gonna jump into a thing called the Milo Beasley Show frequently asked questions. These are going to be the same 5 questions that I asked to all my guests. There are no wrong answers. You should theoretically know all the answers because it's about you. So we're gonna go ahead and start. Question number 1. What was the first concert you went to?
Okay, so the first concert I ever went to was Kanye West, Tampa, Yeezy tour. Didn't have tickets. Snuck in. I want to say he was about 3rd song from being done. Snuck in, nosebleeds, but I saw him.
All counts.
And my first virtual concert ever was Travis Scott in Fortnite when that was going on.
That's pretty cool. Question number 2. Do you believe in ghosts?
Man.
Oh,
Okay. So do you believe in ghosts?
I don't know. Like, I feel something like, I feel like there's something there, man.
Okay. Have you ever seen the show Ghost Adventures?
Is that like one of like the ghost hunting type things?
Yeah,
I hate those shows. God,
okay, so I used to love them. I used to love them, and now I feel like it's just they do so much for TV. I don't know how to differentiate, like just tell what's real and what's fake anymore. Like they say, if you listen close, you can hear her say her name, and it's like some hard like audio you can't, and then they put the words up there so you can read.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
that
of
old
course.
trick. So I do believe in ghosts. Because I've seen one before. So I'm not. We'll talk about that another day. But I definitely believe in ghosts. I've seen one before. Yes, I don't believe in everyday faint ghosts like peeking around the corner playing tricks. I don't believe in that.
So would you go like on one of those ghost hunting type tours?
Yes, absolutely.
Like if you were invited to like go stay the night in some creepy house?
Absolutely. And then if I, shit my pants, I shit my pants. They're real. At least we figured it out, I just hate those shows. They're like, what was that? And it's like nothing, it's like, oh, I don't know, man.
Right. It was nothing. It was your producer kicking over up.
Yes, it was your producer kicking the bass over there on the noise pad.
Question number 3. In a movie about your life, who would play your parents?
Like actor-wise?
Yes.
That's a good one, bro. Holy crap. Okay, so I have black parents, by the way, so I can't pick Angelina Jolie or anybody. Oh, well, this is Hollywood. I guess we can do anything. Man. Okay, so my dad would be probably Will Smith.
Okay.
And my mom would probably be Angela Bassett.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She can fun, but when she puts on that stern face, get out of the room, brother. It's over.
Or you will be a ghost. All right, question number 4. Who is your favorite person to follow on social media?
Hasbulla, the little guy from Russia.
Right. Yeah,
that's my favorite. That's my favorite guy. He's hilarious, man.
Dude, he is funny. Yes.
Everything he does is funny.
All right. And then question number 5. Throughout your wrestling career, I guess we kind of touched on this but throughout your wrestling career or just life in general, have you ever met somebody that you have always wanted to meet, but maybe you were a little bit tongue-tied, you were weak in the knees? What was your biggest fanboy moment?
Oh, fanboy. This is tough because I met a lot of people. I don't want to sound braggadocious, but I've met a lot of people. Me and Mark Wahlberg were in the same bathroom at the same time. So let's just say I've met a lot. But no, I want to say, man, tongue-tied.
I'm not necessarily, but you were able to meet.
I know,
and you were just starstruck.
Because I'm trying to think, it was a wrestler recently, and I can't think. But the one that comes to my head is Michael Jordan. Probably that's the one that comes to my head.
What?
Yeah. I played basketball AU, and I think his son was playing on a court right on we were playing on the other court, and we were walking to go play that game, and his son was playing, and he was like standing alone on the wall, and we're like just kids, and I'm just like, hello, Mr. Jordan, and he just waves, and it was just, yeah, it was pretty cool. It was awesome. Very, very cool. And you know what I found out? Television makes you look way different than you do in person, because I thought Michael Jordan was kind of my skin complexion, no way, brother. He's about black as his ass. I was like, oh my God. Because when they told me, I was like, Michael Jordan ain't that black. What are you talking about? Man, I was like, that's crazy what television does, man. That's crazy.
Well, I mean, all the lights that are on them.
Yeah, I never thought about that because it's, I never even thought about half of that stuff. I just was, he looked a lot lighter, and they were telling me, I was like, bro, that is not Michael Jordan. That is some black dude in a suit. That's a black dude in a suit. I know Michael.
And then another thing we're going to do real quick is called the Milo Beasley Show Top 5. I'm going to ask you a random question. You're going to give me your top 5 answers. No particular order. If you want to answer in from 1 to 5, 5 to 1, no particular order. It's up to you. But we're going to go with top 5 Kanye songs.
Okay, let's go with Through the Wire.
Okay.
That's number 1 because of the sample. That was one of my mom's favorite songs, the sample. And I remember hearing that and going, oh, that's one of my mom's favorite songs. And then he started rapping over it. And then I was like, oh, this is the greatest rapper of all time. And that's when I became a Kanye fan. Little known fact. I'll tell that story a little later for life. But second was probably going to be Touch the Sky with Lupe Fiasco. Love it. Third one is probably Runaway with Pusha T. It has one of the greatest outros in a song ever. It's just Kanye and a beat and him doing this like voice changer thing. This little tube. It's insane. It's pretty good. What was that number? That was 4?
That was 3.
I think that was 3. 4 would probably be anything off of the My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy album. I don't care what you can choose it. That's one of the greatest albums of all time. And 5 would be from his new album, 24 from his new album Donda, which is a pretty good album as well. There you go.
So let me ask you, how would somebody who looks like me, if I wanted to hear the Paris song, if I wanted to hear the Paris song, right, and I wanted somebody to play it, or I'm talking about it, how would somebody who looks like me,
the Paris song?
Yeah,
Oh,
oh,
that's hilarious. The Paris song.
What am I?
So listen. So I love doing this. I love what you're doing right now. I love interacting. I love understanding, and I love helping understand. I love doing that because I think it's not enough done in the world, and I'd love to get to know, more of you, and you get to know more of me. That way, we can kind of reach this culture gap.
I love that song.
So this is how you do it. How am I
supposed to talk about it?
This is how we do it. So the radio normally edits that word and it goes to hitter. So you can say hitter in pairs.
Okay.
That's okay. You can also say brothers in pairs. That's fine.
Brothers in pairs.
There's
that's the one I use.
There's a plethora of words. But I tell you, when you're in your car alone and your windows rolled up and you're just having fun, I can't tell you what to do. I can't be your father 24/7. I can only do it for whatever you do outside in your car with the windows rolled up, whatever words you say, that's your time to enjoy your life in traffic and whatever you're going to work. That's your time. Enjoy your peace. Enjoy your freedom right there when no one can tell you anything. Enjoy it. We don't get much of that. So get it out.
So what do you have coming up? Do you have any are you going to be out in Dallas for Mania weekend?
No, I will not be in Dallas, unfortunately. I decided to let my girlfriend JC Jane go handle her biz on her own. I would love to be there, but I feel like I would be just a distraction because you know how couples are, you're trying to move this way and okay, I don't want to be a distraction, so I just let her go do her thing. Right. Me, I'm kind of taking a back seat for a little bit. There's a lot going on. So I'm just going to keep, working out, working in the gym and just keep pushing, towards other goals. I love indie wrestling, but this is politics and tough shit. So there's other goals that I want in life, and I feel like if you want those goals in life, you gotta reach for those goals. And then there's just some avenues you have to take, and then there's some avenues you have to say, I'm glad I did it, but I have to do this now, So we're pushing on, brother.
Absolutely. So for folks who want to find you on the social medias, where can they find you at?
All my social media is Mr._T Hollywood. That's simple. They're all the same. For Facebook, it'll just be Troy Hollywood, of course. But any Twitter, Instagram, YouTube would be Troy Hollywood as well.
You got the YouTube going on.
Yeah. I got some matches up there. I'm not supposed to have them up there, but it's okay. But yeah, I got some matches up there, and like I said, Xbox, Troy Hollywood 24. If you want to, get down to some Madden, NBA 2K, Fortnite, we can do it.
Absolutely, yeah. New WWE just dropped. So,
oh my God, can we talk about that real quick?
Yeah, absolutely. I haven't, not yet.
Okay, you're gonna pick up the sticks and you're gonna go, this might be one of the best games they've ever made. And I think I was telling my friend Hunter last night, next year they're gonna build on top of what they did this year, and it's gonna be even better. I mean, from the mechanics to just the way, of course, those glitches are there. But I always say glitches are there because people don't know how to play a wrestling game. They're not playing it like wrestlers. They're playing it like a video game. You know what I'm saying? Right. You can't springboard 20,000 feet across. Of course, something's going to happen. But other than that, it's smooth. They have these combos that it's just I've never seen these like before. It's a whole new pickup. They brought back the system, the pickup system where you can pick up guy in a power bomb and walk him to the corner or do something else with them. They brought that back. GM mode, I think they're going to expand on it next year. It's good right now, but they don't have a lot in the game. I think just because they wanted to see the reaction to it. Right. So I think next year they're definitely going to just build on top of everything they have this year. And I'm not saying look out for the best game ever next year. I'm just saying it might be IGN might give it a 9 out of 10. They gave this year 8, so definitely.
Yeah, I've heard good things about GM mode, so
definitely.
All right, so anything else before we wrap up?
Also, I said I was going to do this on the air. I'd like to apologize for missing the first.
Oh, no problem.
No, I got to do it on the air, brother. I got to apologize for missing the first one. I had to reschedule, and then I was late to this one. That CP, Color People Time. That's what they call it.
You and Jay
I'll
Rios.
be late to my own funeral if I had to. I promise. But I appreciate it, brother. Thank you so much for having me on.
Of course. Finally, I'm super stoked to finally get you on, be able to talk a little bit about that Madden.
Definitely.
Finally. So I'd like to thank you all for watching episode number 337. I can't believe it, of the Milo Beasley Show. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, and most importantly, tell your friends. And we will see you next week.